Hello, everyone. In today's naturalization interview, the USCIS officer found problems with the applicant's N-400 application. First, there were employment gaps. An employment gap is a time when someone is not employed. Sometimes during a naturalization interview, an officer may still ask about it. In this video, the applicant was unemployed for a period of time and was asked to explain. Second, the immigration officer wanted to know the applicant's membership in an organization that needs clarification about the nature and purpose. In this video, the USCIS officer's thoroughness in uncovering even small details was able to speed up the interview process. So let's start. To watch it.
Good morning, Ms. Rodriguez. Please come in and have a seat. My name is Officer Davis. I will be conducting your naturalization interview today.
Good morning, Officer Davis.
Welcome to the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services Office.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure. First, for the record, please state your full name and date of birth.
My name is Maria Rodriguez, and my date of birth is July 12th, 1988.
Thank you. And can you confirm for me that you still reside at the address you provided on your N-400 application?
Yes, officer, I do. It's still 123 Oak Street, apartment 4B in California, USA.
Excellent. Please show me your permanent resident card and your state-issued photo identification. Thank you, Ms. Rodriguez. Everything appears to be in order. Now I need you to swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this interview, so help you God. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. Please lower your hand. Now, I have reviewed your N-400 application. We're going to go through it together to confirm your answers and ask some follow-up questions. Let's start with Part 2, Information about you. You indicated your current marital status as married. Is that still correct?
Yes, officer. I am still married to David Miller.
And is he a U.S. citizen?
Yes, he is. He was born here.
Okay, that's noted. Are you eligible to apply for naturalization?
Yes.
You answered yes to being a lawful permanent resident for at least 5 years. Can you tell me approximately when did you become a lawful permanent resident?
Yes. It was May 15th, 2019. So it's been over 5 years now.
Perfect. Now let's move to residence and travel. You listed several trips outside of the United States in the last 5 years. I see one trip to Mexico listed for 15 days last year. What was the purpose of that trip?
That was to visit my mother. She lives in Guadalajara, and I try to see her once a year.
Okay, that's understandable, and you've listed your addresses for the last 5 years. They all appear to be within the United States?
Yes, all in California. I haven't moved in the last 5 years.
All right. Now, we're going to move to the Civics test. This is to assess your knowledge of U.S. government and history. I will ask you up to 10 questions. You need to answer correctly at least 6 out of 10 to pass this portion. Are you ready?
Yes, officer, I am ready.
Excellent. Question number 1. What is the supreme law of the land?
The Constitution.
Correct. Question 2. What are 2 rights of everyone living in the United States?
Freedom of speech and freedom of religion.
Very good. Question 3. What is one reason colonists came to America?
Freedom.
Correct. Question 4. What are the 2 major political parties in the United States?
Democratic and Republican.
Right again. Question 5. Who is in charge of the executive branch?
The President.
Question 6. What is the capital of the United States?
Washington, D.C.
Excellent, Ms. Rodriguez. You answered all 6 questions correctly. You passed the civics test. Congratulations. You did wonderfully.
Oh, thank you. I was a little nervous about that part.
Now, we'll move on to the English reading and writing tests. For the reading test, please read aloud the sentence on this tablet. Please read this sentence aloud.
Who lived in America before the Europeans arrived?
Perfectly read. That was your reading test. For the writing test, I'm going to say a sentence. The sentence is, Americans celebrate Independence Day on July 4th. Could you please write that down? Americans celebrate Independence Day on July 4th. Americans celebrate Independence Day on July 4th. Your writing is perfect, and your handwriting is very clear. You have passed both the reading and writing tests as well. You're doing great, Ms. Rodriguez. Now let's go back to your N-400 application. Employment history. You listed your current employment at Sunrise Bakery as a baker since June 2020. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
However, I notice a gap in your employment history between January 2020 and May 2020. Can you please explain what you were doing during those months?
Yes, officer. During those months, I was actually very sick. I had a bad case of the flu, and then it turned into pneumonia. I was unable to work during that time. I have medical records if you need to see them, but I didn't think to include them in the application as it was just a temporary illness.
Thank you for explaining that. No, medical records are not necessary at this point. I appreciate your honesty and clarification.
Thank you so much, officer.
Do you have any children?
Not yet, but hopefully soon.
What is your ethnicity and race?
My ethnicity, I believe, is Hispanic, and my race is Mexican Asian.
Moving on to membership in organizations. You answered no to having ever been a member of or associated with any organization. Is that still your answer?
Yes, officer. I haven't been a member of any political parties or anything like that.
Okay. What about any other types of organizations, even non-political, like social clubs, community groups, professional associations, or even unions?
Oh, wait, yes. When I first came to the US, I was part of a Spanish language book club. We met at the library once a month to discuss books in Spanish. It was just for fun and to practice my Spanish.
Sometimes people forget to list these. A book club. That sounds perfectly harmless, Ms. Rodriguez. Thank you for remembering and mentioning it. What was the name of the book club, if you recall?
I believe it was called Libros Amigos, or Book Friends in English. It was very informal.
So, how long have you been a member of that Spanish language book club?
I was part of it for maybe a year, maybe less, around 2018, 2019.
Libros Amigos. Okay, I will add that to your application notes. Again, thank you for clarifying. Honesty and accuracy are very important in this process, and you're doing excellent. Now, let's go to good moral character. These questions are about your character and background over the last 5 years. Have you ever committed a crime or offense for which you were not arrested?
No, officer, never.
Have you ever been arrested, cited, or detained by any law enforcement officer for any reason?
No, officer.
Have you ever been placed in deportation, exclusion, rescission, or removal proceedings?
No, never.
Good. Have you ever failed to support your dependents or pay alimony?
Officer, I don't have any dependents other than my husband, and we support each other.
Perfectly clear. Do you currently owe any overdue federal, state, or local taxes in the United States?
No, I pay my taxes every year.
Have you ever been involved in torture, genocide, or killing or trying to kill any person?
No, never.
Have you ever taken part in prostitution or received any proceeds or money from prostitution?
No, never.
Have you ever helped anyone enter the United States illegally?
No, officer.
If the law requires it, are you willing to bear arms or carry weapons on behalf of the United States?
Yes, I am.
If the law requires it, are you willing to perform non-combatant services like doing something? That does not include fighting a war in the U.S. Armed Forces.
Yes, I do.
And finally, are you willing to take the full oath of allegiance to the United States?
Yes.
That's wonderful to hear, Ms. Rodriguez. Congratulations. Ms. Rodriguez, please read everything that you can see on the digital tablet in front of you.
Okay, I will do that, officer.
Please check everything, especially the spelling of your name.
I think everything is correct, officer.
Once you think that it's all correct, then sign your name using the digital pen. You have passed all portions of the naturalization interview and test based on your application and our interview today. I am recommending your application for approval.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Officer Davis.
You're very welcome. It was a pleasure meeting you. You will receive a notice in the mail within the next few weeks regarding the date, time, and location of your oath ceremony.
This is wonderful news.
Please make sure your address is up to date with USCIS in case anything changes.
I will, officer.
Congratulations again, and best of luck to you as a new U.S. citizen.
Thank you again for everything.
You're very welcome. Have a wonderful day, Ms. Rodriguez.
You too, Officer Davis. Goodbye.